Well, more than 20,000 people raised their goblets in Jerusalem this week at the nation's largest wine festival. Wine and food critic David Rhodes discussed the evolution of the industry here in the country with IBA's Aryeh O'Sullivan.
We're here with David Rhodes, the Israeli wine guy. David, why are you called the Israeli wine guy?
Well, I moved here in 2008 to help promote Israeli wines to tourists and for export overseas.
Well, who's the market for Israeli wines? Is it Israelis? Are they drinking more wine now? Or is it like a kosher market that it's exported?
It's a combination of both. Part of the thing with Israeli wines is we're limited if we just go after the kosher market in the world. There's only 14 million Jews in the world. Half those Jews probably don't care if they're having kosher or not. And there's several billion other wine consumers out there who might want to buy wine from the oldest wine region in the world. This is where Noah, was the first recorded winemaker. King David had vineyards that are recorded, where he had guards posted. For Christian, the connection between Jesus and wine. The story here of wine is such a romantic story. That even if we're trying to compare wines dollar to dollar with wines internationally, we definitely have a better story than almost any other place in the world.
Well, tell me about the difference between red wines and white wines. What is Israel known for?
Well, Israel's known for red wines because warmer climates tend to have an easier time making red wines, because red wines rely on ripeness, where white wines rely on the acidity. The white wines. So it's sort of a God's joke on wine drinkers, because when you're in a warmer region, you want chilled white wines. And when you're in a colder region, you want red wines, because they're more robust and they're higher alcohol, so they warm you up. But you're going to have to get it from another region. So it actually creates, it sort of creates a necessity to trade with people and, for an international wine industry to exist.
Well, you brought some wines we're going to taste. Now, tell me about this one here, the Bat Shlomo.
Oh, okay. So the Bat Shlomo is an interesting winery. They're in the Zikron Yaakov area. Ari Earl is their winemaker. They're made at the Jezreel winery. They're sort of a custom crush winery. And one of the things I like about this bottle is it actually has a glass stopper on it. So it's very easy to put the stopper back into the bottle. And this is a Sauvignon Blanc wine. And with Sauvignon Blanc, we're typically looking for citric flavors. You tend to get some grapefruit, maybe some tropical notes of pineapple, but it's also known for its grassiness. It almost smells like cut grass, which is one of the things it's known for, and even some green pepper and maybe some notes of kiwi. All right, so we have the 2011 Barcan Superior Cabernet Sauvignon. It's been oaked in French barrels for about 20 months. Cabernet Sauvignon. Typically, we get notes, aromas of cassis, blackberries, maybe some raspberry notes, graphite, green pepper possibly, or eucalyptus are possible notes. From the oak aging, we may get chocolate notes, espresso, also tobacco notes.
David, you talk about the various flavors and aromas of the wine, the licorice, chocolate aromas. Where does that come from?
Well, some of the flavors, like the chocolate and the tobacco, comes from the oak barrels. But what's interesting about wine grapes compared to table grapes is they're a lot more complex. Almost every aroma and flavor you can think of, you could actually find in a wine grape.
Exciting things are happening in Israel and the wine scene. David Rhodes, thanks for being with the IBA News, and we hope to see you back.
It's my pleasure. L'chaim.
In financial